Imagine for a moment that the world of opportunity, the dream of starting a new life in a foreign land, suddenly becomes a lot more complicated. For many holding a British passport, the world has felt largely accessible. But what if I told you that in 2025, the doors to citizenship in certain nations are becoming increasingly difficult to open for UK nationals? You might be thinking of a long list of countries, but the reality of specifically targeted restrictions is not what it seems. In this video, we're going to uncover the truth about which countries are the toughest to become a citizen of, not just for Brits, but for almost everyone. We'll explore the real reasons why some nations have ironclad citizenship laws, and I promise you, the answers will surprise you. We'll delve into the myths and the realities of global citizenship in 2025, and I'll reveal 5 nations where gaining a new nationality is an almost impossible dream. Stay with me as we uncover the world's most exclusive citizenship clubs. Welcome back. Now, before we jump into our list, let's address a key point. There's been a lot of chatter online about countries specifically targeting British nationals with new citizenship restrictions in 2025. After extensive research, we found no evidence of any country introducing laws in 2025 that specifically and uniquely restrict UK citizens from applying for citizenship. What we did find, however, is a number of countries where the path to citizenship is exceptionally difficult for everyone, regardless of their original nationality. These are the countries we're going to focus on today. These nations have some of the most stringent and complex citizenship laws in the world, making them fascinating case studies in national identity and immigration policy. So, let's get into it. Our first country is a tiny mountainous nation nestled in the heart of Europe, Liechtenstein. Don't let its size fool you, this microstate has some of the biggest hurdles to becoming a citizen. If you're a UK national, or from anywhere else for that matter, looking to call Liechtenstein home, you'll need a huge amount of patience. The standard path to citizenship by naturalisation requires you to have lived in the country for a staggering 30 years. That's 3 decades of your life before you can even apply. There is a faster route, but it's not exactly a walk in the park. If you can get your local community to vote in your favour, the residency requirement can be reduced to 10 years. Alternatively, marrying a citizen of Liechtenstein shortens the wait to just 5 years of marriage. But even then, the final say rests with the Prince of Liechtenstein. The country's laws are designed to preserve its unique culture and close-knit community, making citizenship a rare and highly valued status. Next on our list, we travel to Asia, to the Himalayan kingdom of Bhutan. Known for its stunning monasteries and focus on gross national happiness, Bhutan is also one of the most closed-off nations when it comes to citizenship. The country's citizenship laws are deeply rooted in its desire to protect its unique cultural and ethnic identity. To even be considered for naturalization, you must have lived in Bhutan for at least 20 years. But the requirements go far beyond just residency. You must be fluent in Dzongkha, the national language, and have a deep understanding of the country's customs and traditions, known as Driglam Namzia. Furthermore, you cannot have spoken out against the king or the country at any point. Dual citizenship is strictly forbidden, so you would have to renounce your British citizenship. Even if you meet all these criteria, the final decision is at the discretion of the King of Bhutan. The process is so stringent that very few foreigners ever become Bhutanese citizens. Now, let's head to the Far East, to a nation that is a global economic powerhouse, Japan. While it might be a popular destination for travel and work, becoming a Japanese citizen is a long and involved process. The primary route to citizenship is through naturalization, which requires a minimum of 5 years of continuous residency in Japan. However, the requirements don't stop there. You must demonstrate good conduct, which is a broad term that can be interpreted strictly by the Ministry of Justice. This means having a clean criminal record, paying your taxes, and generally being an upstanding member of society. You also need to prove that you have a stable livelihood and can support yourself and your family. One of the biggest hurdles for many is the language requirement. While you don't need to be perfectly fluent, you do need to have a conversational level of Japanese, both spoken and written. And, like Bhutan, Japan does not permit dual citizenship, meaning you would have to give up your British passport. The entire process can take a year or more to complete after you've met the initial residency requirement, and there's no guarantee of success. Our fourth country takes us to the Arabian Peninsula, to the state of Qatar. This wealthy nation, known for its vast natural gas reserves, has some of the most restrictive citizenship laws in the world. For a foreigner, including a UK national, to become a Qatari citizen is exceptionally rare. The standard residency requirement is a lengthy 25 years. And even after a quarter of a century of living in the country, there's no guarantee of being granted citizenship. The government naturalises only a very small number of foreigners each year. Applicants must be fluent in Arabic and have a clean record. While not an official requirement for all, in practice, being a Muslim is often a significant factor in the decision-making process. Qatar also does not recognise dual citizenship, so becoming a Qatari citizen would mean renouncing your British nationality. The laws are designed to protect the privileges and national identity of the small native Qatari population, making citizenship an almost unattainable goal for outsiders. Finally, we come to our fifth and perhaps most intriguing case: Vatican City. The world's smallest independent state has a set of citizenship rules unlike any other. You can't become a citizen of the Vatican through birth or naturalization in the traditional sense. Citizenship is not based on ancestry or residency, but on your role within the Holy See. There are only 3 ways to become a citizen of Vatican City. The first is to be a cardinal residing in Vatican City or Rome. The second is to be a diplomat representing the Holy See. And the third is to be a resident of Vatican City because you are employed by the Catholic Church. Citizenship is temporary and is tied to your employment or office. Once your service ends, your citizenship is usually revoked. This means that even if you were to become a citizen, it would likely not be for life. With a population of only a few hundred citizens, Vatican City is, without a doubt, the most exclusive citizenship club on the planet. So, while the headlines might suggest a world that is closing its doors to British citizens, the reality in 2025 is more nuanced. The countries we've looked at today have long-standing, strict citizenship laws that apply to everyone, not just those from the UK. These policies are often in place to protect unique cultures, small populations, or specific traditions. The dream of a second passport is still very much alive for UK nationals in many parts of the world. But in these 5 nations, it remains an exceptionally difficult, if not impossible, quest. And that's a wrap on our journey into the world's most restrictive citizenship laws. It's a fascinating and often misunderstood topic. What are your thoughts on these strict policies? Are there any other countries with tough citizenship laws that you know of? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the world of travel and global citizenship. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.